that question, and he'll have some other interesting statistics as well as he wraps up his four-part series on artificial sweeteners. Jane?
Thank you, Dick. So, no way, no how a white Christmas, right?
Well, I don't think we'll have a white Christmas. What I found out, though, is while snow is scarce on Christmas Day, rain is not. From the past 100 Christmas days here in Memphis, we've had rain on 1/3 of them. So, don't think we'll have I think we will have rain, but no snow for this Christmas as well. Low temperature this morning, no snow, no rain, 32 degrees. The record 8 below zero, set back in 1963. Now, Christmas 1963, there was 10 inches of snow left on the ground from a previous storm. With 8 below on the 23rd, I guess you can see why. The Mississippi River is at 4.7, and that's up a half foot since yesterday. In the city right now, skies are cloudy. A present temperature is 55 degrees. Winds are from the southeast to 12. Barometer, 30-13 and falling with a relative humidity of 69%. On the national map this afternoon, out west, Old Man Winter is really kicking up his heels. Lots of snowfall in the central and southern Rockies, a half foot of snowfall down in Cedar City, Utah, and a half foot of snowfall up in Rock Springs, Wyoming. Icy road conditions up in the state of Oregon, where some precipitation they received earlier this morning is starting to freeze up for them. And down in Las Vegas, Nevada, they've got 35-mile-per-hour winds reported this morning, all associated with this frontal system, which will be swinging down through southern Texas tomorrow, closer to the Mid-South, giving us a chance of rain late tonight on into the next few days. Until it gets here, though, high pressure will control our weather, giving sunshine down in the southeast and bringing those winds up from the Gulf of Mexico. Here's your satellite photo this afternoon, and you take a look at it. Clear skies over most of the southeast, but north of us and back out west, cloudy skies prevail over most of the nation. Here's super radar, or should I say super snow radar for today, because it's picking up snow down in the Four Corners, up in the Central Plains. Most of the state of New York is getting some rain, and down in Florida, one little isolated thunderstorm, the only rain on super radar this afternoon. Here's Storm Surge 5 on the 144-mile range, picking up no activity anywhere near us here in the Memphis area. High temperatures this afternoon will range in the 50s for all of the TV5 viewing area. Here's your afternoon forecast for metropolitan Memphis. Partly cloudy skies, 58 degrees, and winds from the south at 12 miles per hour. For tonight, cloudy with a chance of rain late, a low of 53 degrees, and winds from the south at 12. Tomorrow, Christmas Eve, occasional rain and a few thunder showers, a high of 64 degrees, winds from the south at 15 and gusty. The outlook for Christmas Day, cloudy with rain, a high of 54. Saturday, cloudy with rain at 49, clearing out and cooler. Overnight lows from 47 degrees down to 33 degrees. So we are going to cool off after we get through with all that rainfall.
All right. Thank you, Chris. Dick?
Thanks, Chris. Before we go, there's no need.
When we come back after this.
As we said earlier, it is still raining and there is still danger from flooding in the area.
Still raining, and we've got more rainfall that's going to be on the way. We're going to review our flash flood watches for us here in the Mid-South, as we have a flash flood watch underway for all of tonight for western and middle Tennessee, all but the northeastern corner of the state of Kentucky, northwestern Mississippi, and the entire southern half of the state of Arkansas. So we do have the flash flood watches in effect as more rain is on the way for tonight. We had rainfall here in the Mid-South on today. Here in Midtown, we had 1 3/10 of an inch of rainfall. Out at the airport in Whitehaven, just over 1 3/4 inches. A high temperature today was 45 degrees, and that's our present temperature. The normal is 50. The record 74, set in 1889. Our low temperature this morning was 40 degrees. The record 9, set back in 1983. The Mississippi River is at 14 4/10 feet, and that's up a full 4 feet since yesterday, putting the river at up 8.5 feet in the past 2 days. In the city right now, we have light rain, 45 degrees, and winds are from the east at 14. The barometer, 30, 15 and falling, a good sign that there's some system on the way, with the relative humidity at 96%. So we are expecting more rain tonight as the low pressure system moves up from down in Texas. Here's the low pressure system down in Texas, and as we said, it'll be just south of the city of Memphis by dawn tomorrow, ending up in the middle part of the state, just around Nashville by tomorrow. It'll bring us light to moderate rain tomorrow with a heavier rain and thunder showers tonight. Expect the heavier rain between midnight and 3 a.m. tonight. Out in the west, there's snowfall in the south central plains, sleet in the Ozarks of northwestern Arkansas, southwestern Missouri. Most of the state of Kansas will get sleet or snow tonight, as will most of the state of Oklahoma. Here's your satellite photo for this evening, and you take a look at the clouds coming up from the Gulf of Mexico and completely covering us here in the Mid-South. Lots of moisture. See the moisture-laden clouds in southern Arkansas down through Louisiana, back over into Texas. That's where the rain is going on right now. That'll be moving up towards us. Down in Texas and Louisiana in the darker green and in the yellow, that's the rain we're primarily concerned with. It is moving up towards the northeast at about 40 miles per hour. Back out in the west, there's a snowfall in the central plains. It's also moving northeast up towards the Great Lakes, so it's not headed towards us here in the Memphis area. Here's Storm Surge 5 on the 144-mile range, and there you see most of the activity out of the state of Arkansas. A little bit of activity down around Helena. Most of the rainfall down in northern Mississippi up through western Tennessee. The heaviest showers are actually occurring right around us here in the city. Here's your map for tomorrow across the Mid-South. There will be rain as the low pressure system moves up to the central part of the state. The cold front and the stationary front well to southeast of us, with a few embedded thunder showers down along the Gulf Coast. We expect more rainfall up in the Ohio Valley towards the mid-Atlantic coast and more snow out in the states in the central part of the nation. High pressure will start to clear things out. That's the high pressure that'll put us under the clear, drier weather pattern, but don't expect to see its effects until Monday or Tuesday as we head on into next week. Here's your forecast for metropolitan Memphis for the rest of the night. Skies will be cloudy. Rain may be heavy at times with a few embedded thunder showers, a low of 41 degrees, and winds from the east at 10 miles per hour. For tomorrow, more rain, a high of 51 degrees, winds variable at 8. The rain will end sometime tomorrow night, but do expect rain for most of the day on tomorrow. Here's the outlook and that drier weather pattern. Monday and Tuesday, partly cloudy, a high of 40 on Monday, 42 on Tuesday. Wednesday and Thursday, sunshine, a high of 49 on Wednesday and 54 on Thursday. Overnight lows down near the freezing mark for Monday and Tuesday, but back up to the upper 30s, so we will get a chance to dry out after the rain ends tomorrow night.
All right, and we want to re-emphasize, as we said earlier, that it is very dangerous, sheriff's officials say, to drive around those barricades that are in the roads. Luckily, everyone who's done that so far in Shelby County has gotten out safely, but there were 3 people in Middle Tennessee and Franklin County who died because they drove in and couldn't get out. We'll be back in just a moment. The weather situation is improving, although for many folks it may not seem that way.
Yes, the rain will end sometime tonight. No, we're not under flash flood watches here in western Tennessee, and there's no flash flood watch no longer in effect for northwestern Mississippi. The flash flood watch continues for eastern and middle Tennessee, for all but the northeastern corner of the state of Kentucky and the southern half of the state of Arkansas. As I said, we're not under a flash flood watch for western Tennessee, nor are we under flash flood watches for northwestern Mississippi. Rainfall amounts here in Midtown today. Here at TV5, we recorded just over 1 3/4 inches of rainfall. Out in Whitehaven, 1 17/100 inches. High temperature this afternoon was 60 degrees. The normal is 50, and the record 76, set back in 1889. A low temperature this morning was 44 degrees, the record 11 in 1925. The Mississippi River is at 16.7 feet, and that's up 2 3/10 of a foot since yesterday. The river is up about 11 feet in the past 72 hours. In the city right now, we have light rain and 46 degrees. Winds are from the west at 9. The barometer, 30.04 and falling, with a relative humidity of 46%, and the rain will end sometime tonight. On the national map this evening, the low pressure system has moved from down in Mississippi up to northeastern Arkansas. We still expect it to move towards the east and to take all this rainfall activity with it sometime tonight, bringing us an end to the rainfall. Out in the west, another low pressure system out in Colorado bringing snow out in Denver. 13 inches at the airport in Denver caused its closing. More snowfall up in the central plains with 12 inches, a foot of snow on the ground in Huron, South Dakota, and icy road conditions from Des Moines, Iowa, is very easy for me to say, on through northwest Illinois. Here's your satellite photo for this evening, and the trail of moisture coming up from the Pacific into the Mid-South. The entire eastern half of the nation covered with clouds, back around into the Central Plains, and that is where the snow is going on, back out through Denver, back on out to the Great Lakes. This snowfall is moving towards the east, away from us here in the Mid-South. We just have to contend with some light rainfall. See the lighter rainfall in the green down to the dark green down over southeastern Arkansas. Earlier this evening, we were seeing yellow in the rainfall, indicating heavier showers. The rain is now moving towards the east, away from us, so we do feel that once the rainfall over the area stops raining, that'll be it for us here in the Memphis area. Here's Storm Surge 5 on the 144-mile range. This gray, kind of hazy looking area, this is just light drizzle, and that's about it for rainfall in the area. Most of the rain has now dissipated. Here's your map for tomorrow, and across the Mid-South will be under the clouds. Low pressure system and all this activity down in the southeast with a few embedded thunder showers, as well as most of the rainfall will be in the clouds. But as high pressure builds in out in the west, we could see some sunshine by late tomorrow afternoon on into the next few days. Out in the west, yet another system making way to bring us some rainfall the latter part of the week. Here's your forecast for metropolitan Memphis for tonight. Rain gradually ending, a low of 42 degrees, and winds from the northwest at 15 miles per hour. For tomorrow, cloudy, breezy, and cooler, a high of 45 degrees, and winds from the northwest at 15. As we go to the forecast for tomorrow, there you see it, high of 45 degrees and northwest winds at 15. Here's the outlook. Tuesday, cloudy and a high of 39. Wednesday, partly cloudy, giving us a chance to dry out, a high of 47. But Thursday and Friday, cloudy with more rain, a high of 52 on Thursday, 50 on Friday. Overnight lows will be awfully cool for the next couple of nights, down below the freezing mark, but warming up by the end of the forecast period.
We all hope that rain forecast changes.
Yeah.
Okay. Our regular Memphis Business Journal report is taking the holiday week off, as is the Journal's staff, but Action News 5's Memphis Business Journal report will return January the 4th. We'll be back in just a moment.
Met their match? Find out for yourself.
See the Globetrotters in action Sunday, January 3rd, Mid-South Coliseum, 1 p.m. Great seats as late as showtime.
In Hawaii, more than 600 people spent this New Year's Day away from their homes because of flooding. Up to 12 inches of rain fell in the mountains surrounding Honolulu. That caused streams to overflow their banks and filled streets with mud and debris. Officials aren't sure when the people who were evacuated in Honolulu will be allowed to return to their homes. We have had a lot of telephone calls tonight from viewers who want to know what's causing the ring around the moon.
That ring around the moon, Janet, is actually called the halo around the moon. And what that means, the light of the moon reflecting through some cirrus clouds very high in the atmosphere and made mostly of ice crystals. The light of the moon reflecting off those ice crystals creates that halo. And weather folklore was actually thought to mean that in a couple of days after the halo was spotted, we would have rain. It has no meteorological significance and won't affect the weather pattern here in the Mid-South. Just want to let you know that. High temperature today, made it all the way up to 44 degrees, that's fact. Normal is 49, the record 76, set in 1952. Our low temperature this morning, 30 degrees at 8 o'clock, the record 5, set back in 1928. The Mississippi River is at 25.3 feet, and that's up a half foot since yesterday. In the city right now, skies are partly cloudy. Present temperature is 31 degrees, and winds are from the north at 9, although the wind chill factor outside is at 19. Barometer, 30, 58 and steady. Relative humidity at 78%. On the national map this evening, high pressure dominated our weather, gave us the clear, cool weather. The low pressure system and cold front that brought us the rain last night is now down along the Gulf Coast. Meanwhile, down in Mexico, there's a low pressure system that'll be moving southeast and back up towards the northeast by Monday. Could bring us a chance of rain or something frozen. We'll talk about that on our 5-day forecast in just a moment. Here's your satellite photo this evening showing clear skies in most of the northern half of the country with the clouds down south, and that's where the rainfall is on the super radar. They're the line of rainfall right along the line of that frontal system that moved through here last night. Even brought a few showers down in Miami. And they had the bowl game on, you just saw here on TV 5. Here's Storm Surge 5 on the 144-mile range, showing no activity anywhere near us here in the Memphis area. Here's your map for tomorrow across the Mid-South. One more sunshiny day. Well, actually, we should have sunshine by Sunday. There's a low pressure system, and there you see the rainfall it will bring along the Gulf Coast. We could have some rainfall moving in the Mid-South possibly by Monday. High temperatures tomorrow will range in the 40s for all of the TV5 viewing area. Here's your forecast. For tonight, skies will be clear after the clouds move out a little bit later tonight. A low of 25 degrees and winds from the